Okay, my bad. Hello everyone. Today is 10/27/2014, 11:21 a.m. In the great state of Nevada, city of Henderson. So, here's what I want to try to bring to you today regarding the issue of voice to skull, direct energy weapons, as well as gang stalking. Some targeted individuals like to call it, and some others prefer organized stalking. Me myself, I call it illegal activity, regardless of what the statutes and the titles you want to give it. People are breaking the law. They are causing harm to people's families, individuals. They're being tortured, raped, molested. Bank accounts being broken into, email accounts being broken into, so many other things that I would like to touch on as well. So let me get started here with a little further introduction. Once again, my name is Eric Griffin. I'm running for the U.S. Senate of Nevada in 2016, and I'm kind of enjoying the little buzz I've been getting already. As you may know from previous websites or other locations on the internet regarding my name and my run for office and the things that I represent and I stand for, and what I will bring to not only Nevada but the whole nation. I am actively involved with people and organizations who are dealing with handling this corruption that we have on all governmental levels. We also have an issue regarding our law enforcement as well as our military. So I'll try to break it down to you as much as I possibly can real quick, because this is a short introduction and an update on what's been going on for those who may not know me. Like I said, my name is Eric Griffin, and I am a candidate for the U.S. Senate in 2016 of Nevada. And I do have an official web page, which I will get to you guys real briefly. I hope to be around as long as this government doesn't murder me like they have done so many other people who stand for what's right in this world and the average citizen. So I get back to the issue of this voice to skull, direct energy weapons, and its illegal stalking programs that are actually being authorized by your Department of Justice, your White House, and your military. Your Secret Service is involved, your who else? Local, state. There's senators, U.S. senators, state senators who are aware of these situations of people being victimized by voice to skull and neurological monitoring by illegal entities that was created to basically covertly torture its victim rather. Suspects rather torture their victims with this weapon because they can't be traced down, and they also know that they have so much power behind them on so many different levels. So it breaks down into a lot of different categories here, where you have your top officials like the President of the United States, Mr. Barack Obama, but it goes back further. If you do any research or studies on the fact on direct energy weapons, voice to skull, and neural monitoring, and weapons that are so covertly been made, which is coming out of actually a program, we'll say since 1947, and it was kind of derived out of Hitler's Superman, super warrior, super soldier, which he wanted to create, and knowing that if you can get one person to be able to control someone's mind without them having any way or any recourse of making it stop, would be one of the excellent weapons of the future to assassinate people, to get your soldier where he believes he's a super soldier, where he has really no regards for what's right and what's wrong, and will do anything to basically get away with using these weapons. As far as the soldier goes, some soldiers don't even know that they have been victimized by these certain direct energy weapons that are coming in forms of implants, RFID chips, There's quite a few other ways that these are being indoctrinated into the average citizen's body as well as their kids. And all these incidents that are taking place right now where everyone, what are these people doing? Why are these people killing everyone and then killing themselves? Why is the suicide rate so high amongst law enforcement and the military? But then that goes into another section of some of the documentations, and those records are being forged for their actually propaganda program to disinform, misinform, and direct information to from the truth, the reality of the people who are manufacturing these weapons, the people who are actually using these weapons on myself as well and other individuals in our nation. There's a whole group actually all around the world, but there's a lot of people right here in America who has evidence to present to individuals that who would be willing to at least evaluate the evidence and weigh it, because not only are we being victimized, but the other citizens who have no clue to what's going on are being placed in harm's way as well by allowing these weapons to be used, and having a key person in just about every agency, every government entity, from your legislative branch to your executive branch as well as to your judicial branch. So our main thing right now, what I want to touch on now, is how serious that this could be, because there has been a lot of murders behind these weapons, and there are people who are actually being victimized by these weapons that are killing themselves because they can no longer deal with the torture and the inhumane treatment. These weapons are designed to mimic schizophrenia, people with delusional thoughts, and people who have no one that loves them or check in on them, or perfect individuals to be experimented on and tortured and then murdered off once they're done with them, have committed their crimes or whatever the cause may be. They became a person involved into this project. And these are like offshoots of what they call MK Ultra, COINTELPRO, Artichoke, Bluebird, and so many more that goes on. But now, since the people have been, the citizens have been so misinformed and don't believe when people are saying that this is happening and presents information and evidence to them, the perpetrators have now had so many years of a head start. So now they have a way of being able to stop anyone who is a threat to them, or able to expose them or stand up to them in any way. Which is why you see so much incompetent things taking place right now, which is part of a program as well. No one is that incompetent, and if you are a person with power, authority, a government official, and if they are being this incompetent, you have a duty to the American people, your constituents as well, to hold these people accountable and change that system to a way where it works for everyone, not just those that are in control. There needs to be checks and balances, and we know that our government officials are not really doing it, because everything in this country, when it's dealing with this government, has been corrupted to the point where now it looks like it's just incompetence, and it's really not. It is a criminal act to cover up the criminal activity which they have been participating in by using these weapons, voice to skull, direct energy weapons, and just so much more. Like I say, I only have a brief amount of time to go into this, but I'm trying to do and give you as much information as I possibly can right now, so you will understand a little bit about what's going on and see that there are a lot of people who are competent enough to explain this. Scientists, doctors, lawyers, and are being murdered. They are being discredited. They are being harassed. They are being turned to the perpetrator's side if they do not cooperate with the individuals that are using these weapons. And like I said, there are certain levels, there are certain tiers involved in this. And you have to be able to infiltrate the whole system on every level in order to pull these type of crimes off, as well as dumb your citizens down and make them not understand the reality, and it's not serious coming from your government's mouth, like they have it under control, like they have Ebola, like they have this 14-15 year war, Afghanistan, the problems in Iraq, the so-called terrorism, while they sit here and rob the American people of their money and just easily trillions of dollars worth of debt right now, while the citizens are barely working, while they're barely eating. So they are deflecting what's really going on in this nation of racism, discrimination, hateful, this just murderous, torturous, treasonous. The list goes on and on, but we could talk about this all day, and that's something that needs to be done and never stop. But action is really required, and it will be more than what a lot of people are thinking. You hear everyone screaming about civil war, everyone screaming all this. Well, in actuality, you guys are behind on the loop. It's been a civil war, which is why there are so many victims of direct energy weapons and so many victims of voice to skull who are fed up now and running on the president's lawn, running into the Navy, shooting up those Navy personnel, trying to assassinate Congress people, trying to assassinate so many children at school. I mean, let's get real here. No one, and then they want to flip it on the side where it is a mental illness problem. No, it is a police problem who are not enforcing the laws for those who are being victimized by the police. So now, with that said, common sense will tell you they are not going to investigate you. They're not going to help for you. They're not going to do anything that will expose the use of these weapons that are holding people hostage, covertly torturing them, making them do the craziest things in the history of man, of America. But with that said, we are starting to wake up to these things that are taking place in America, and people are actually picking up arms and defending themselves. And we know it is basically law enforcement who are involved with these abuse of powers, of torture, of murder, and not one of them would dare test me on that matter, because I will quickly ask you, well, we can sum this up with one truth serum injection. We can sum this up with a couple of whistleblowers. We can sum this up with a polygraph test. We can sum this up with the affidavits of truth from the victims. We can sum this up with a lot of other things as well, like drones that are able to trace the location of perpetrators using these type of weapons. I mean, there are so many things that could be done to help the citizens of America and around the world whose kids are being inaugurated with voice to skull when they're being born, whose kids are being inaugurated with dental work. There are so many ways that they are using these weapons and installing them in your body and using so many chemicals on you to murder you good so-called Christians, American people off. Your own government, your own senator, your own law enforcement. You may not be a victim of voice to skull, but you will more than likely be caught up in something because of a victim of voice to skull and those perpetrators who are using those weapons. So if it doesn't affect you right now physically, then you may get hit by a person who is being victimized by voice to skull in a car, because the perpetrators has neurologically remotely violated these victims, as well as myself, with these weapons. So if you are right now talking about ISIS, Al-Qaeda, They are not your problem. Your government is your problem. Your law enforcement is your problem. These thieves who are stealing all your money is your problem. These thieves, these cowards who swore to protect and uphold the laws, the Constitution, and the Bill of Rights in America are the ones who are murdering you Christian American people and others around the world. Now, if you want to get to it, if you want to solve the problem with this, we victims, we targeted individuals have more than enough and would love to present our evidence, our facts, our experts, and their own incriminating words, their own incriminating actions to a grand jury, an investigating grand jury with a special prosecutor outside the Department of Justice or any local DA's office due to their involvement in these criminal actions, which makes it a conflict of interest for the citizens that they swore to protect and represent. So now, with that being said on the legal side, now let's step to actually getting to some good work here and killing them like they want to kill everybody else. So they have murdered your kids, they have murdered your soldiers, they have murdered your mothers, your daughters, your sons, all for the love of money, all for greed, all for power, and they have used the American people's name to do so. They have used Christianity to do so. They have started wars to cover up the fact that they are murdering you people right here in America in so many ways. Now, there's obviously no good law enforcement out there who is willing to put that to the test. It's all going to be considered, whether they say conspiracy theories, when they actually have a law on the books for conspiracy. They have a statute on the books for conspiracy. They convict so many black people of conspiracy. They convict so many people, period, of conspiracy. Now, with that being said, I would love to have your so-called due process upheld right here in America if you're so Christian-y or so law enforcement-y, so I'm such a good copy-y, or I'm such a loyal fan to my country. I love my people. Let's get this truth. Let's get this affidavit of truth into the hands of an investigating grand jury. You people, let's see what you can do with it, because I already know that it is a done deal between them. So I would suggest you good people start protecting yourselves, because your so-called good police officers are not gonna do it. Just look at all the corruption around here. Your so-called soldiers haven't seen any in months, but they sure are over there in 14 years just killing, dropping bombs, drones, and spending your money and dying and killing themselves as well. So now, I am a true American. I am a human being first of all, but I stand up for my constitutional rights. I do my civic duty as an American citizen. Yes, you can check my voter registrations, you can check my cards, you can check everything that I present out here, which your government is trying to use to discredit me, and you will see that everything that I'm saying to you is more than true, is more than factual. And until you, the American people, stand up and demand that these crooks, from your president on down, you can go to Clinton too and try to indict him, arrest him. That's fine. I'm not Republican nor Democrat or the Tea Party members. So, on that being said, it is irrelevant to me, because this two-party system you have right here in America does not represent the American people. So, anytime you feel like you're ready to challenge me on whatever the case may be. I like making things happen. So if you are capable, have the power, or even a true American, demand that this evidence, that this video and the information in it be given to a grand jury to prosecute those using the weapons, and as of course the plaintiff, as always. But now, getting back to what we feel you guys need to be doing out there, as far as gathering your arms, coming together as citizens, demanding that all immunity be stripped away from the all government agencies. No immunity for none of them. Make them accountable to their actions. Hold them to a higher standard than they would hold you. So, with that being said, start putting liens on their bonds. Start filing complaints with independent agencies. Where's your NAACP? Where's your ACLU? Where's all of these other organizations at right now who are allowing all these crimes to take place and doing something about them? Not just talk. It's okay for everyone to come on the TV, all the news anchors to say, yeah, let's kill is, which is what I call ISIS, is. But anyway, yeah, drop a bomb on a nuke. Well, your government is doing worse than is. Do you still feel the same way about that statement now? So if that is the case, we can simplify this and get back to having a great America where you have everything you may need that you have put into this system is yours. We should shut down the IRS. We should shut down the CIA. We should most definitely impeach Bush and Obama and Cheney, Rumsfeld, and the list will go on and on, as you will see later on. And I will be presenting them with experts, whistleblowers. So, like I said, I've been doing things and trying to take care of business, but I had to get some things in there real quick. So, if I sound a little bit confusing to you, I do apologize for that because I'm running out of time here and I'm trying to get as much as I possibly can in there. Yes, of course, and the Supreme Court as well. Now, I know for a fact that they know that I am being held hostage by a weapon called Voice to Skull, and due to the fact that I have acknowledged and filed the proper paperwork, well, just check this out, has attempted to file the proper paperwork to be a candidate in the 2016 run for the U.S. Senate of Nevada, but has been basically denied by your Department of Justice, your White House, and so many different other agencies, and I'm still out there doing it, and they're trying to discredit me from everything possible that they can, which is not really happening because people are waking up and seeing the truth. My paperwork is legit. Why am I being denied access to a grand jury? I don't believe in your attorney general's discretion. No, a crime is a crime. That is called a discriminatory act. You're picking and choose. So we need to get rid of that system where when someone files an affidavit of truth, that it automatically goes to a grand jury, and the grand jury gets the prosecutor to come up here and do his thing, whatever. But those are some issues we need to talk about as well, because there is a lot of crime going on out here by your government, your prosecutors, your judges, the lawyers. I'll get to the lawyers in a minute, because your White House, your Department of Justice is also making sure lawyers who help any targeted individual or any person who goes against either party, Democrat, Republican, are basically either murdered or denied or disbarred or anything, sell out their client basically. Do not expose what's going on. So let's keep this up, and let me end this real quick with, if you love your country, if you love your God, if you love your people, if you love yourself, if you love your child, stand up and do something about this. Don't talk about it. We want action today. We don't want to give you time to stall and find tactics to cover up evidence, which you have had many years to do. But like I said, I like that factor of the truth serum. You can stab yourself in the neck with a needle full of truth serum, and then we'll get the truth from you. We'll get it from all of you guys. Bush, Cheney, Rumsfeld, Obama, who else can we go on? Hillary Clinton. Oh, it just goes on. Those are just the tops, but we can start with the agent of the day at the field agent of the FBI, the Department of Justice. We can go with the attorney generals. We can even ask Senator Harry Reid. We can even ask Senator Lee Hayes' office. You know, there's going on. And Boehner. Come on, dude. What is really going on? It's not about politics, people. It is about love. It's about taking care of your fellow brethren, taking care of humans, taking care of all of us, not your party, not just your special interests, not just what you want. If you get in office claiming to represent someone, please do it to the fullest and make sure you are able to make everyone happy. And as we see, everyone loves money. Everyone screams about money, 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 money. We know you can't live without it right about now, but so we would have jobs for everyone who want one. We would also be trying to freeze the access of all those who have stole that money, who's been using all those offshore accounts and government entities like Cheney, like Bush, Obama, who else can we go to? All those oil industries and all those other tobaccos that y'all been stealing money. We the American people, we need a piece of that, man. We need our money back. Because y'all been lying to us and y'all getting us killed, man, and we're not into that. We're not really going to allow that to happen. You know, we're still at the moment of like, I can't believe this. I am so totally shocked. And while people are being murdered at schools, you know, all over the place, shot up everywhere. I mean, a lone wolf my ass. You can keep calling and screaming that lone wolf shit all day. Excuse my French, people, but I am not censored. I am not on any one station, but I will be soon. Coming to an area near you on the ideas and the facts and the things that we need and will have to get this done. As an American man, I think I have conquered your flag. I think I have conquered your beliefs, the real beliefs, the real humanitarians, the real people of love, the real people who have a God, you know, the real people who not into stealing, not into raping, not into committing genocide, not into biologically destroying your own citizens, not into the things of that nature. We believe in hard work on our side of town. Yeah, people have made mistakes, but people have also been framed to go to prison, to go to jail, you know, things like that, to admit things that they never would admit. So now to the fact that I have been cleared of all so far, you know, until the day they feel like they're strong enough to even dare knock on my door and challenge lawyers or whatever, because I'm ready. They've been there, they've done that, they know the real, they bow every time. So yeah, they know my name, and you probably have heard of my name somewhere down the line too on some negative things. But anyway, let's get back to the goody-goody. I want to come to you with just one little suggestion. Love your kids. Do not sit back and let them be victimized by a weapon called voice to scar and then discredited by saying they're mentally ill. It's crazy. Who does that love their kids? Come on, man, stand up. You say you will die for your kids. Well, your kids are dying. So what is going on? So let's get back to that point of the Second Amendment. Bearing arms. We the citizens. This is not a treasonous act by us citizens. This is not a civil war. This will be a group of American people who are standing up for their rights and will kill you for trying to kill us and putting us in danger. Bottom line. So you can talk your due process system, your judicial system that doesn't work clearly, and you can basically shove it up your ass until we fix it by the real people, by the real Americans, by the people who have a lot of power but are in disarray and unbelievable thoughts that you guys would be pedophiles, rapists, Judases, treasoners, thieves, hostage takers, murderers. Oh my God, and the list just goes on. So the war is not with Islam. The war is with the corruption and these crooked cowards in America with these badges on, with these uniforms on, pretending to represent the American people. But anyway, I have to wrap this up. I talked long enough, almost 30 minutes. I will be getting back to you. So, God bless. I love you. And remember to think about me November 2016 right here in the U.S. Senate of Nevada, making sure everyone is held accountable for their action and is working for their constituent, not their party. They are working to make a better America, a better world, which can be done once the good people take over and hang these traitors and shoot these traitors in their heads. Now, I pray that they get involved with shooting them on the White House lawn. Treasoners, traitors, and anybody who's willing to step up and take arms, just call me. I will be there at the front of the line. Anytime. Thank you, and have a very good day.